Now on Good Morning Northwest, will it sue the state? The Central Valley School Board needs more time to decide whether to join other school districts in suing Washington over gender policies. Why it's waiting to decide.
And the heat gets turned up even more today. That's not all. I'm tracking fire weather on its way.
And federal troops take control of D.C. policing as President Trump declares a public safety emergency. But official crime stats tell a different story. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. So glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Tuesday, August 12th. Let's start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray. Now look at that first alert forecast. Toasty Tuesday. Combining the two words today.
Hey, the heat is getting to all of us. I'll tell you that right now here as we get through the 6 o'clock hour. Sun has been up for just about 20 minutes now, and it looks like our time in the 60s around Spokane has come to an end here as well. We got down to about 67 this morning, very early during the 5 a.m. hour, now up to 70 degrees. So already starting the warm up today on what is going to be another scorcher across the inland Northwest. Very similar to maybe a degree or two warmer than we were yesterday. We ended up around 94 at Spokane International. I'm forecasting 96 for today. So lots of mid-90s around the West Plains, the Ratchet Prairie here as well. Even Spirit Lake getting in on things up to around 92. Deer Park at 97, and then you get into the heart of the valley here, and you've got 97s, 98s. Wouldn't shock me if we saw some 99 readings in a few neighborhoods around Spokane and Spokane Valley here this afternoon. Now, there will be a lot of triple digits in the Columbia Basin and into the LC Valley. And so we've got many areas of this purple color now under an excessive heat warning. It did not cool off very much overnight tonight or overnight last night. And so we are seeing some areas that are kind of taking it one step above a heat advisory with that triple digit heat again for today. Now, that's not the only thing we're tracking. We're also going to see some strong winds, which is why a fire weather watch is in effect for tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at those winds and what we need to expect coming up.
Matt, thanks. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is on the hunt for a killer in Hayden.
Yeah, investigators say someone found a body on their property and blood on their front porch. The Sheriff's Office says this happened at a home on North Hamlet Trail, northeast of Hayden Lake. Deputies searched nearby but didn't find any other victims or suspects. This is a developing story. We'll update you as we learn more.
The Central Valley School Board tabled a vote on joining legal action against Washington's Superintendent of Public Instruction. After a lot of discussion at last night's meeting, the board decided it needed to submit questions to its attorney regarding a possible letter of intent to join the Linden School District and 15 others in legal action over the gender inclusive schools policy and a discipline policy. The board also had further questions on the potential legal fees. Now, Central Valley estimates taking legal action could cost between $5,000 and $10,000, but the district would use money set aside for potential litigation, so it wouldn't impact school programs. The board sent a tentative date to return to this issue within the next 5 days, so it has some time to submit questions to its attorney and give the public time to comment on the issue. The board will hold the meeting as a special board session to address the issue. When we learn when that is happening, of course, we'll share it with you on KXLY.com.
Washington, D.C.'s mayor is pushing back against President Trump's move to federalize the Washington, D.C. police force and deploy the National Guard. Trump says it'll crack down on crime in the city, but the mayor says crime is actually already down. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in D.C. with the details.
This morning, President Trump ordering hundreds of National Guardsmen to take over policing in Washington, D.C., saying we could see them flow through the streets of D.C. in the coming weeks.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse.
President Trump declaring a public safety emergency in Washington, D.C., saying crime is spiraling out of control. But his depiction stands in stark contrast to the official figures, which show crime in the capital is actually in decline. Violent crime recently hitting a 30-year low, down 26% since last year. Burglary down 19%, murder down 12%.
I think my first reaction was that I've seen this movie before. I think that this is an unnecessary show of force in search of a problem. Crime is down in D.C. by double digits.
Trump has the power to deploy federal agents in Washington, D.C. for an emergency, but experts say Congress would need to approve any federal control of the district beyond 30 days. Meanwhile, across D.C., peaceful protesters were seen holding banners that read national disgrace, others chanting Trump must go now.
It's very hard to see this city being captured by Donald Trump and making everybody live in fear. I don't approve of it.
And this morning, Trump is threatening similar deployment in other cities, saying the model in the nation's capital could be used to combat crime in cities like Chicago, Oakland, and Baltimore, all cities notably in Democratic-led states.
We're not going to lose our cities over this, and this will go further.
Now, 2 Democratic lawmakers say they plan to reintroduce legislation that would grant D.C. full control over their National Guard and police departments. They plan to bring the legislation up when Congress reconvenes in September. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Well, forward progress is stopped and all evacuation orders lifted for a fire that broke out east of Moscow yesterday near the town of Troy. According to the Idaho Department of Lands, the Lamb fire burned about 80 acres, but is already 50% contained this morning. Crews stayed on scene overnight in case of any flare-ups and to monitor hot spots. At one point, more than 60 homes were under those level 3 evacuation orders. The cause right now is under investigation.
This is video of fire crews dropping water on a wildfire burning near Riverside State Park. It burned a few acres before firefighters stopped its progress. All evacuation orders have been lifted. They got some quick work done there.
Absolutely.
Good job. It's now 6:06.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Green, taking a live look outside this morning at Deer Park.
Yeah, looking at the Deer Park Airport this morning. Got a lot of fire planes based out of here and a lot of other airports around the country here. So, around the country, oh gosh. My brain ain't working today. The heat's getting to you. Hey, hydrate, my friends. You will, your mind will be clearer than mine for sure. My forecast coming up shortly.
Hydrate and caffeine is what we need. School sports getting underway. Do your kids need the dreaded sports physical? Coming up where and how you can get it done for free.
And the fight over Ghislaine Maxwell's grand jury materials takes a new turn. A federal judge explains why the public doesn't need to know these secret files. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Frisky's World.
Come on, let's explore.
That's made with real salmon.
Look what I found. Little soups for cats.
There's the delicious taste of tuna we treasure.
Definitely coming back tomorrow.
Friskies, always more to explore.
The Scale House Market is unique because Spokane didn't have some kind of a permanent structure for a farmer's market.
I want to see as many community members as we possibly can out here enjoying all of the different vendors and farmers and food producers.
Our members are other community members, the families that will be eating here. All of it is vital to how we make partnerships.
I am most excited to bring our famous whole milk to the Scale House Market. What I hope that people attending the Scale House Market will gain is that agriculture is central to this region.
After a car wreck, big insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you. That's why it's critical to call us as soon as possible.
With Craig Swap & Associates, we make sure the process is fair for you.
I knew I really needed help after my accident, so I called Craig Swap & Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
The sooner you call us, the faster we can make things right. One call, that's all.
Call the 9s, 509-999-9999.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Moo Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Moo Fitness.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With our custom upholstery, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a piece that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion type and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. The Custom Comfort Event. Get 30% off store-wide at the Tin Roof.
When allergies throw a sucker punch, the power of Claritin D punches back harder. Get fast, powerful relief of your worst symptoms, like nasal congestion. Claritin clears.
In over your head with the price of doing laundry these days? Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Liquid Detergent cleans 3 times more loads than premium tile detergent at the same price. Clean deep without spending deep.
Your time is 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. A federal judge Monday denied the Trump administration's request to unseal grand jury materials from the Ghislaine Maxwell sex trafficking case.
The Justice Department has sought to release grand jury transcripts and exhibits from cases involving Maxwell's associate, Jeffrey Epstein. Judge Paul Engermeyer, in a scathing opinion, said unsealing the materials in Maxwell's case is not a matter of historical or public interest. Maxwell is serving a 20-year federal prison sentence for helping Epstein groom and sexually abuse underage girls.
5 more people died from malnutrition in Gaza in the past 24 hours, including a child. The Palestinian Health Ministry says so far 222 people died of malnutrition, with 101 of those being children. The United Nations warns more than 300,000 children are at severe risk as acute malnutrition spikes. 500,000 people are on the brink of famine, with more than a third of Gaza's population not eating for days at a time.
If you buy products labeled Made in China, today's trade news might apply to your shopping cart. Tariff rates on those goods are remaining the same for now, despite a deadline that was set for today. The U.S. and China say current tariff amounts can remain in place for another 90 days as negotiations continue. An executive order President Donald Trump issued last night keeps the U.S. rate for Chinese imports at 30%.
President Trump's big, beautiful bill, which he signed last month, will cause 2.4 million people, including families with children, to lose food stamp benefits. For the first time, parents of dependent children over the age of 14 will have to work, volunteer, or participate in job training at least 80 hours a month to get their benefits. The law also requires adults between the ages of 55 and 64, veterans, people experiencing homelessness, and former foster care youth to meet that mandate.
Takeaways today in your forecast. It is going to be hot again today. Upper 90s, even some low 100s in the Columbia Basin. Winds will try to bring in a little cooler air Wednesday, but it's also going to lead to higher fire danger.
With school starting back up here soon, Chaz Health will be hosting free clinics for sports physicals this week. This is for middle school and high school students, so they can get updated physicals, which of course are required to play sports. Physicals are good for 2 years. There are 3 clinics taking place at Rogers, Shadle Park, and North Central High Schools. Spokane Public Schools recommends that you schedule appointments in advance, and you can find a link to do just that inside the story on KXLY.com. Good morning, Northwest time right now, 6:12.
4 years ago, a deadly heat dome killed 19 people in Spokane County. The city still lacks a plan for the next extreme heat event. Just ahead, why officials say they are not ready.
First, we got a break and a live look at the start to our Tuesday morning. The sun is shining. Get ready for those warm temperatures today. We'll be back with more just after this break.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
You'll find American Pride countywide at this year's Sanders County Fair and Rodeo in Plains, Montana, Labor Day weekend. Bring the whole family for the best county fair around, right on the scenic Clark Fork River, where admission is always free. The Sanders County Fair has tasty food, creative displays, 4-H animals, a wonderful carnival, exciting rodeo action, fun music concerts, and the carnage on the Clark Fork Demo Derby. Tickets available at SandersCountyFair.com, the fair office, or see us on Facebook. Plan to make great family memories on the greenest grass in Montana, Labor Day weekend at the Sanders County Fair and Rodeo in Plains.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, find huge discounts on living, dining, bedroom, and save 30% on our Denver mattress lineup. Check out Doorbusters while they last. And make your cash go further with 60 months, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Labor Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
First, they dip into science. Then, they dip into yum. Everyone will love the combination of crunchy sticks and creamy Nutella. Nutella and go. Dip into yum.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we let our reviews speak for themselves. To see more of our reviews, just go to goldsealplumbing.com/reviews.
Gold Seal Plumbing, we're on our way.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care, it's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Car Wash Plaza.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:16. 4 years after a deadly heat dome killed 19 people in Spokane County, the community still lacks a comprehensive plan for another severe heat wave.
With the blistering hot temperatures this week, the city is directing people to public libraries for relief, but it still hasn't finalized its extreme heat plan. City staff says a first draft could be ready within the week. The 2021 heat wave marked the most deadly weather-related event in Washington state history.
Not yet ready for another deadly heat wave. You know, if we had 7, 8, 9 days of really high temperatures, I do worry that we're not yet in a position to be able to be fully safe.
The city recently lost a federal grant intended to establish climate resilience hubs in community centers, but it is working to secure replacement grants to fund the cooling expansion project.
And here is a live look at the start to our Tuesday. That extreme heat, something we're going to be feeling today, Matt.
Yes, we are going to be feeling that. We're going to kind of tie our high temperatures we've seen for the summer, which has been that kind of 96, 97 range. Hard to believe that, 4 years ago in the valley it was 115 degrees. No, that's not the official record, but down there, Phelps Field and those areas, it was extremely hot. And so something that we just got to be mindful of.
I did not have air conditioning during that time.
Oh, no.
It was horrible. Yeah, it was awful.
I can't imagine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Flashbacks.
Well, we've had so much heat, over the past few summers that this is feeling mild by comparison. But I think it's important to note that, your body adjusts to the temperatures through the course of the seasons. And so this is going to still feel really hot, even though maybe it doesn't compare to years past, just because this is about as hot as it's gotten all year long. So let's take a look here at your highs for today. 96 in Spokane, 95 in Pullman, 95 in Coeur d'Alene. Speaking of 95, it's my grandfather's 95th birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Grandpa.
birthday, Granddaddy. Love you very much. Wanted to shout that out here while I had it on top of mind. 100s for Omak, Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, 105 in the LC Valley. It is going to be, a real scorcher in the Columbia Basin. That's why there's extreme or excessive heat warnings for today. So what we've got here as we get into 11 o'clock, about 83 degrees or so in the Spokane area. We're going to continue to be up into the 90s very early in the afternoon, so thinking right around lunchtime or just slightly after that. So remember, when we heat up in the afternoons, it also means it's hotter at almost every given hour of the day, especially around midday, where that sun is also the most intense. So you're really going to be feeling it for several hours here as those temperatures hover in the mid-90s and upper 90s in some places as we go through the late afternoon into the evening. Now, we are going to get a cool down here for the rest of the week, and it is a big cool down. Look at this. We're back down to the upper 70s and well below our average, which is in the mid 80s at this point in the calendar by the time we get to Friday. Now, when we see big temperature swings like this, that usually means that there is something a little active when it comes to our weather. In this case, it is going to be wind, which is probably the last thing we want to see. It is going to be windy tomorrow. Winds 15, 25, gusts into the 35-mile-an-hour range. Humidity as low as 13%. Fire weather watches up for most of eastern Washington and the Idaho-Palouse region as well as we head into tomorrow. So a day where we've all got to be very, very careful, especially heading into the late afternoon when it comes to fire safety. We haven't really had to worry about that too much with the cooler temperatures we had up until just a couple of days ago here in the month of August. those cool temperatures come back again for Friday, for Saturday. We start to get back into the low 80s. But I tell you what, I'll take low 80s any day of the week compared to what we are seeing right now.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt. Matt, thank you much.
Buckle in. Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:20.
Now, the Washington State offensive line has been a hot topic in fall camp, and a Spokane native who didn't play football until he got to high school looks to play a big role in this revamped Cougar offense. After the break, hear from the Northwest Christian alum on how football came to him so late in his development. That's just ahead in Morning Sports.
Thank you so much for starting your Tuesday morning with us right here on Good Morning Northwest. We got plenty more coming your way right after this quick break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for best in class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Andy's Heating and Cooling has been providing service for all your heating and cooling needs since 1972. Andy's specializes in all commercial service and maintenance. Planned preventative maintenance can decrease repair costs by 12 to 16%, extend the life of your equipment, and lower energy costs by as much as 50%. Maintenance contracts and emergency service are available for commercial buildings. Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating and Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
Now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing, plus an additional $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Elevate your summer at Silver Mountain Resort. Play 2 days in Idaho's largest indoor water park and enjoy one night in a beautiful condo for just $57 a person. Ride America's longest gondola for breathtaking scenic views or cruise the Northwest's #1 bike park. Create new family memories around the fire, an outdoor movie, or an evening stroll through the village. Just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene on I-90. Elevate your summer at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. The Washington State Cougars enter their final week of fall camp, chomping at the bit to get to game day that creeps closer now at 18 days away. The Cougs carry a brand new offense, both personnel and schemes, and a revamped offensive line leading the way. One of those new likely starters is Johnny Lester, a left guard who only started playing football in high school and now finds the Palousas home. Lester spoke in his connection to this season's staff and what got him to stick around in Pullman.
Say just all the years building up. I mean, when I got here, I hadn't even played O-line. I was a tight end in high school. And I think just all the years of development and then really locking in this spring has helped me a lot.
Lester and the Cougs keep practice up this week through Media Day tomorrow and then closing out fall camp this Friday, just 2 weeks and change from game day. That's all for Morning Sports. Catch us again tonight at 6 and Nightside for more sports all around our area.
AOL, once the biggest name in internet service connectivity, is finally ditching dial-up. It may come as a surprise to learn that AOL has still been offering dial-up. The internet service is a vestige of the early days of the World Wide Web. You may remember in the 90s the familiar, unmistakable sound of the dial-up connection. It was the signature tone of getting online. But as of 2023, only about 1% of U.S. households with internet subscriptions were still using only dial-up. AOL will stop offering it September 30th.
I need to know the people who are still using dial-up.
I was thinking the same thing.
Think about to have a good deal or something. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:25.
Meade teachers say they can't give students the attention they need. Contract negotiations continue as the school year approaches. The issues on the table just ahead.
Plus, we got some breaking news for Swifties overnight. Taylor Swift announcing her 12th studio album and her next era. But fans are still guessing about that release date. What we know so far, that's next. And before we go to a break, here's the first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Meredith and Madeline Gaudreau open up.
It was just a regular day. The boys were going to golf and the girls were having lunch.
There's no healing when you didn't get a goodbye.
I sat down with the widows of hockey players Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, nearly a year after their tragic deaths. The night of August 29th, 2024, they were struck and killed by an alleged drunk driver while riding bicycles on the eve of their sister's wedding.
If you ask us to name our favorite players, they've got to be, both boys are going to be among them.
Well, there's a huge hole in our lineup. There's even a larger one in our hearts.
If you think about driving after a few beers or a fun night, please, please, please do not.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more with Meredith and Madeline Gaudreau. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
Despite being on an antidepressant, I was still masking my depression symptoms.
My doctor said it could be because my antidepressant alone wasn't enough, so she recommended an add-on treatment. She recommended adding Rexulti.
When taken with an antidepressant, Rexulti was proven to significantly reduce depression symptoms, more than an antidepressant alone.
So with my antidepressant, Rexulti could provide a boost.
Elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Call your healthcare provider right away to report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
Could adding Rexulti
be right for you?
Ask your doctor about adding Rexulti.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now brings you an aerial postcard from Kamiak Butte.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect place for family getaways and exploring.
From camping, fishing, and ATVing around the lake to outdoor concerts, farmers markets, and air shows, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Visit tourmoseslake.com.
Annual events like Springfest, the Moses Lake Air Show, and the Grant County Fair are a blast. And check out the BMX State Qualifier, Vintage Hydroplane Test and Tune Days, and the Sand Scorpion Freestyle event.
For a low-key vacation, how about the Great Golf, Water Park, or one-day Art Fest? The Amani Festival, celebrating Hispanic cultures, takes place in September.
Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel4adventures.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve.
After my recent accident, I called Craig Swap and Associates. They treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker, following stories people are talking about this morning.
Here's a big one. There's no cruel summer for Taylor Swift fans. The Grammy winner announced a new album titled Life of a Showgirl. That surprise announcement for TS12 came at 12:12 last night. Swift releasing this news as part of a sneak peek for her upcoming appearance on the New Heights podcast, of course, hosted by her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, and his brother, Jason. In this clip, she pulls out a mint green briefcase with her initials BTS, written in orange. Right now, we don't know when this album will drop or what the album cover looks like. Of course, there will likely be more details when her much-awaited podcast appearance on New Heights releases Wednesday.
President Donald Trump and congressional Republicans are no longer promising to repeal the Affordable Care Act, but they are quietly rolling back the landmark health reform law. Trump's big, beautiful bill contains the largest ever cuts to federal support for health coverage, the massive domestic bill, and a new rule from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services are expected to leave millions more people without health coverage.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, August 12th.
Better plan to find someplace cool and get things done outside early, whether that's taking the dog for a walk or, getting in some steps yourself. Probably a good idea to get it done as early as possible with how things are going to go today. It's already fairly warm around Spokane, 70 degrees. Warm for the early morning, that's for sure. We're in the upper 50s and low 60s in Coeur d'Alene, so a little bit cooler there. We're going to warm up extremely fast. So as we get into the late morning, already well into the 80s, 90s by the end of the lunch hour. And then we end up just a little bit warmer than yesterday by 2 or 3 degrees. Expecting a high of around 96 in the Spokane area for this afternoon. It'll be slightly cooler in Coeur d'Alene at 95, but everybody kind of in the same territory here from Spokane, from Coeur d'Alene down across the Palouse region. Bonners Ferry at 94, Kellogg and Sandpoint at 92 today. And then there are those 100s across the Columbia Basin. It's going to be a scorcher today. We'll even be seeing temperatures around Lewiston and Clarkston try to get up close to 105 today. So in those 100 areas, excessive heat warnings for this afternoon. We have a heat advisory that continues through 8 p.m. for Spokane and for Coeur d'Alene. Now, things are going to cool off a little bit tonight and for tomorrow as well, but the cool weather also brings in winds. That's going to raise the fire danger. So we'll dig into that a little bit more in your full forecast coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks. The Spokane community is mourning fallen Spokane County Sheriff Sergeant Kenneth Salas. The 59-year-old was hit and killed by a motorcycle on I-90 Saturday when he stopped to help move a hay bale from the freeway near Four Lakes. Salas served 34 years in law enforcement, starting as a corrections officer before joining the sheriff's office. 4 News Now spoke with Salas multiple times during his career as he responded to and investigated crashes like this one in 2007 near Deer Park. Sheriff John Knowles says the entire office is mourning.
He was just always somebody who got in and was willing to do the work. And he was a great personality. He was the nicest man that you could ever hope to meet, willing to do anything for anybody.
Flowers and cards now cover the law enforcement memorial outside the public safety building, honoring Sergeant Salas's long career of service. A memorial has been started in his honor. Donations will go toward funeral expenses and to the Salas family.
2 people died in an apparent murder-suicide Saturday evening in Clarkston. Deputies responded to the home on Boston Street following reports of 2 unresponsive people inside. Authorities say a man shot a woman before turning the gun on himself. 2 young children and their great-grandmother were in another part of the house, but were not hurt. The sheriff's office has not released any names as they wait to notify family members. Investigators are working the case and will release more information when it's available.
Also around the Northwest in Kalispell, Montana, a small plane collided with an unoccupied plane as it landed. Miraculously, everyone involved survived this fiery crash. Video of the aftermath shows a trail of flames with giant plumes of smoke rising into the air. The plane was left burned and scattered in pieces on the runway. One witness describing over the phone what he saw.
Eating lunch, sitting out the window, and I was watching a plane fly in, and then a few seconds later I saw an explosion.
2 people were hurt. Experts say incidents where planes crash into parked planes happen only a few times a year in general aviation. It's not yet clear what caused this crash. Wow. Teachers from schools in the Meade School District rallied to support their representatives negotiating their contract with the district.
These negotiations have been going on for nearly 4 months, but many teachers say their needs remain unrecognized by the district. Some teachers say they're not able to provide each student with the attention they need to succeed. The teachers union wants smaller class sizes and more teachers' aides to support in the classroom. The president of the Meade Education Association took part in yesterday's negotiations.
Those things take a lot of work and dedication and intentional instruction, and so we're looking for real solutions on how to meet that challenge.
The Meade School District acknowledged yesterday's rally with a statement emphasizing it is committed to reaching an agreement that supports our educators, sets our students up for success, and upholds our responsibility to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars. But the union argues that the district has not been receptive to its demands. Classes at Meade are set to begin on September 2nd, which is in just 3 weeks here. With no agreement reached, the next bargaining session is scheduled for Thursday.
We have a traffic alert for you. Road work on the southbound side of Green Street Bridge near Spokane Community College is done. Crews are now working on installing drainage pipes on the other side of the road. This means the northbound lanes are now closed. Here is a live look at that project right now. They're already working. A detour is in place on East Mission Avenue. There are backups. It will be a problem. The project is expected to last through Friday. But you know what? I actually was in that area yesterday. I was like, oh, shoot, we even talked about it this morning. I forgot. I would have tried to avoid it, but
it's hard to remember when there's just so many projects to keep up with.
I was gonna say, you avoid one and you find another. Good morning, Northwest Time is 6:36.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray, taking a live look outside at Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty, Washington, and you can actually see some grain trucks in the background here. So, hey, it's harvest season of the Palouse and across the inland Northwest. It's going to be a hot one today. Bring some extra Powerade in the combine. Your forecast.
And still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, she stole mail to fund trips to Aruba and Turks and Caicos. How a mail carrier's Instagram post landed her in federal court. It's next.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Plus, find huge discounts on living, dining, and bedroom, and 60 months no interest. The Labor Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
The swimsuit season has arrived, and that means extra time in the gym to look good this summer at Move Fitness. Time to get it on. From squats and lunges for the booty to curls for the girls, Move Fitness has the classes and machines to make this summer your best. And you can get it all for about $1 a day. Time to get it on. Move Fitness.
Did you know that Alexa has other names?
What?
Yeah, there's a couple of
like
boring
the thing
ones.
you talk to and it answers all your questions?
There's some really boring ones, but there's one really cool one.
What is it?
Ziggy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, it's Ziggy.
Ziggy?
Yeah, because see...
Like Ziggy? Yeah, Ziggy?
That's it. Like this, you mean? Ziggy?
Like our hats? Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Ziggy's knows what they're doing. They tell you all the right answers, how to do all the projects you need. It's like Alexa, only better. No matter what you need for any project, big or small, there's only one place to go.
Ziggy's. Yeah, Ziggy's.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
It's the Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Get 30% off our Doctor's Choice lineup. Plus, get 60 months no interest and free shipping. The Labor Day sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Wildfire season is here, and a spark could quickly turn into an inferno. Protect what matters most with meteorologist Matt Gray.
We're not just forecasting, we're giving you the time you need to keep your home and family safe.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:39. This morning, a mail carrier is accused in a bizarre case of mail theft, just the latest case in a nationwide problem.
And police say she was caught when she posted pictures on social media. Here's ABC's Lionel Moise.
This morning, a mail carrier is accused of living a life of luxury off stolen mail. Prosecutors in Los Angeles say 31-year-old Mary Ann McDermott started stealing mail in 2022, taking U.S. Treasury checks and more than 130 credit and debit cards, allegedly activating the stolen cards to buy luxury items and book trips to Turks and Caicos and Aruba. Police say she was caught after posting these photos, posing with cash on Instagram.
You like to steal mail? You like to steal mail? Yeah? You like to steal mail? Huh?
Mail theft, a nationwide problem. Vigilantes were recently seen tackling another suspected mail thief in L.A., now under arrest.
You like to steal mail? You like to steal mail?
One growing concern, an increase in checks stolen from mail deposited in outdoor mailboxes. Police say 4 men arrested near Philadelphia were carrying checks stolen from the mail. The amounts and the names changed.
It was never an issue growing up as a kid, never even thought about it. It's interesting, it's a little scary.
Authorities now urging people to hand deliver their mail inside the post office to guard against crime. But internal mail theft inside the Postal Service surged after the pandemic, with cases up 47%. One official recently quoted saying criminal organizations are recruiting people to get a job in the Postal Service so they can rob mail and drain bank accounts. A government report last year found the Postal Service not doing enough to prevent theft, citing a shortage of supervisors, a lack of training, and unanswered questions about the monitoring of surveillance cameras. The good news, robberies of mail carriers are down as the post office deploys more high-security collection boxes nationwide. As for the mail carrier who posted those photos on Instagram, she pleaded guilty to a bank fraud charge. She faces up to 30 years in prison. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Takeaways today in your forecast. It is going to be another hot one. Upper 90s, even some low 100s in the Columbia Basin. We'll see fire danger going up. Even as temperatures cool because of a windy Wednesday forecast.
Police and firefighters rescued an injured hiker near Anatone Peak over the weekend. The Spokane Valley Fire Department responded to a 911 call from a hiker who injured their ankle and couldn't walk. Spokane police flew a drone, which allowed them to locate that hiker, and Spokane County Fire District 9 brought them off the peak. Spokane Valley Fire Department says that when the hiker was then taken by ambulance to a local hospital. Glad they were able to get him off okay.
Yeah, our time is now 6:42.
Back to school shoppers flee in terror as gunfire erupts at a Texas Target. 3 people are dead, including a child. What witnesses saw unfold when we come back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Call now and receive $500 off.
We invite you to Mistaqua Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together. As the area's only non-smoking casino, we're proud to be the place that treats you right. Stay and play, enjoy live table games, your favorite gaming machines, and bet on your favorite players and sports with Caesars Sportsbook. Check out our event space for your next special gathering. We're located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Plan your visit today at Mistaqua.com.
My name is Joyce Prather, but I go by Joy. My husband and I moved to Orchard Crest just from my daughter's house. When we walked in, I said, oh, this is it, because it was so beautifully decorated. The people here are amazing. The staff is amazing. Everything that we were hoping for turned out to be what we got. If somebody walked up to me and asked about Orchard Crest, yes, I would certainly tell them to come here.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Joyce Beach.
Joyce is a tireless leader at the Cusick Food Pantry, guiding a team of volunteers and dedicating her own time and resources to feed people in her community.
It's good for the soul. You're doing something for somebody else and you're expecting nothing in return. Greet everybody with a smile. Glad you're here.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Call now and receive $500 off.
4 News Now is brought to you by Orchard Crest Retirement and Assisted Living.
Welcome back. It's now 6:45. Police are still trying to determine a motive for the deadly shooting at a Texas Target store during the height of back-to-school shopping season.
The suspect is now in custody, and police have revealed this case has something in common with a string of recent mass shootings and stabbings nationwide. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, police are investigating a shooting outside this Target in North Austin, Texas, that left 3 people dead, including a child.
When officers arrived, they were met with 3 people that were shot inside the parking lot of Target.
I heard 2 gunshots. I ran towards the front to see what was going on, and then I saw everyone scattering towards the back, towards the exit. I was just in a panic mode, just running for my life.
The suspect, identified as a 32-year-old man with mental health issues, stole a car from the Target parking lot and fled the scene. The owner of that car among those killed.
The suspect is armed and has shot multiple people.
The suspect later crashing the stolen vehicle in an office parking lot before stealing another car from a Volkswagen dealership. Police reportedly losing track of the suspect until a bystander on the other side of the city called police for help.
I believe it was a call for service. I believe the subject got out of the car, another person called, but officers responded quickly and an apprehension was made.
This is the latest case of a suspect in a high-profile case reportedly coping with mental health issues. Bradford Gilly was arrested last month after police say he stabbed 11 people at a Walmart in Michigan. His family revealing he'd been struggling with mental illness since age 15. And 2 days later in New York, Shane Tamira killed 4 people inside an office building that houses NFL headquarters. Sources say he'd been treated for depression and had twice been held involuntarily for mental health reasons. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Alrighty, take a live look this morning at your downtown Spokane. It's about to warm up, get mighty toasty down there.
Yes, it is going to be exceptionally toasty, kind of right in the same ballpark as the hottest weather we've seen all summer long. So yes, we've had much hotter summers, we've had much hotter days, but at least in the context of just this summer, it's going to be hot out there, and certainly your body may not be totally adjusted because we've had lots of cool days to kind of adjust back and go, this is so nice. And we got more of those in your extended forecast too. Right now, it is harvest season across the Inland Northwest. I want to thank Jim Howes in the Edwall area in Lincoln County for sending us this beautiful photograph here. Lots of combines, lots of big trucks on the highway. Just, you know, watch out. A lot of extra activity on some of those rural roads here with harvest across our region. We are going to cool off a little bit on Wednesday from the 96, 97, even 99 in some areas around the greater Spokane area as we go into Wednesday. However, the big cool down is Thursday into Friday, where we see temperatures go below our average, which is in the mid-80s. We'll see upper 70s by Friday. And with this cool down comes some gusty winds that we have to worry about. So it's going to be 2 systems that help kind of cool us off. The first is going to be a pretty dry system. Some rain up in BC, but mostly it is gusty winds for us. And still dry, still temperatures in the 90s. That is a recipe for fire weather conditions. The second round, a little bit more promising for us as we get a chance, at least for a little bit of rain, both on Friday and Saturday as this system passes a little bit closer to us, at least when it comes to the feed of moisture going into that storm. So winds for Wednesday as we turn the clock back here now. We'll be getting up to sustained around 20 miles an hour in the Spokane area as we get into the afternoon. gusts 35, could even see gusts around 40 miles an hour, especially across the Columbia Basin. And so this is going to be something that we've got to really be careful with, because it's been a while since we've had weather like this. After all, the better part of the last 2 weeks have been quite comfortable. We haven't had to think too much about fire conditions, but we saw fire activity suddenly jumped up with the heat yesterday. Unfortunately, likely to see more fire activity today, and especially as we head into that windy period on Wednesday. Things are going to cool off considerably, as we mentioned before, which will help things out, plus that chance for rain Friday and Saturday. Then we're going to even out at least a little bit for the beginning of next week and stay below average for the time being. So here we are. We're getting into mid-August, and at least in my mind, I'm going, okay, how many more rounds of heat do we got here? Because once we get to September, then the light is at the end of the tunnel.
For sure. All right, Matt, thank you much.
Littered with pumpkins and leaves and fall things. Very excited.
She's so excited about it.
Good morning, Northwest. Time right now is 6:50.
We have your morning sprint coming up right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cottages of Spokane, specializing in memory care.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell & Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
It's the biggest sale of the year, and this Labor Day, More Furniture is pulling out all the stops. Every bedroom, every living room, every dining room, all in stock, all on sale. Unbeatable prices and free white glove delivery of your entire purchase. You've worked hard all year. Now it's your turn to relax in style. Labor Day savings like never before, only at More Furniture.
Hi, I'm Matt Gray with 4 News Now. For families with teenagers, here are some tips that can teach them more about money management.
Get a check register and enter a set amount of money in it like it was a paycheck from a job. Then walk them through what to deduct if they were living on their own. Car payments, rent, food costs, and internet. And give them options of buying some fun things too. Have them work through those deductions to get an idea of what bills should be paid first.
There are lots of great ways to teach your kids about money. For more tips, go to becu.org.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell & Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time is 6:53. It's time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprint. A road construction project's entering a new phase this morning. We'll show you where roads are blocked.
And it's another day of extreme heat. We got meteorologist Matt Gray with your forecast and when we could start seeing some relief.
But we begin with the hunt for a killer in Hayden. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says someone found a body on their property and blood on their front porch. The Sheriff's Office says this happened at a home on North Hamlet Trail, northeast of Hayden Lake. Deputies searched nearby but didn't find any other victims or suspects. This is a developing story. We'll update you as we learn more.
We hope to learn the names soon of the 2 people that died in an apparent murder-suicide in Clarkston Saturday. Deputies responded to a home on Boston Street following reports of 2 unresponsive people inside. Authorities say a man shot a woman before turning the gun on himself. 2 young children and their great-grandmother were in another part of that house, but were not hurt. The Sheriff's Office is waiting to notify family members before releasing those names.
4 years after a deadly heat dome killed 19 people in Spokane County, the community still lacks a comprehensive plan for another severe heat wave. As we endure another extreme heat wave, the city is directing people to public libraries for relief, but it still hasn't finalized extreme heat plan. City staff says a first draft could be ready within the week. Spokane recently lost a federal grant intended to establish climate resilience hubs and community centers, but it is working to secure replacement grants to fund the cooling expansion project.
Well, thankfully, the heat wave we are experiencing right now not nearly as severe as some of the ones we've had over the past few summers, but still, it is going to be exceptionally hot. You need to take care of yourself today. Excessive heat warnings in our southern parts of our area, heat advisories for Spokane and for Coeur d'Alene. Let's take you through how fast we will warm up today. 90s as we get towards lunchtime and beyond. Expecting our highs in the middle and upper 90s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene this afternoon.
If you buy products labeled made in China, today's tariff trade news may apply to your shopping cart. Sheriff rates on those goods are remaining the same for now, despite a deadline that was set for today. The U.S. and China say current tariff amounts can remain in place for another 90 days as negotiations continue. An executive order President Donald Trump issued last night keeps the U.S. rate for Chinese imports at 30%. And GMA will have the very latest on tariff negotiations. That's coming up at 7 a.m.
The Central Valley School Board tabled a vote on joining legal action against Washington Superintendent of Public Instruction. The board decided it needed to submit questions to its attorney regarding a possible letter of intent to join 16 schools in legal action over the Gender Inclusive Schools policy and a discipline policy. The board also had further questions on the potential legal fee. Central Valley estimates taking legal action could cost between $5,000 and $10,000, but the district would use money set aside for potential litigation, so it would not impact school programs. The board set a tentative date to return to this issue within the next 5 days.
Teachers from schools in the Meade School District rallied to support their representatives negotiating their contract with the district. These negotiations have been going on for nearly 4 months now, but many teachers say their needs remain unrecognized by the district. Some teachers say they're not able to provide each student with the attention they need to succeed. The teachers union wants smaller class sizes and more teachers' aides to support them in the classroom.
And with school starting back up soon, Chaz Health will host free clinics for sports physicals this week. This is for middle school and high school students. There are 3 clinics taking place at Rogers, Shadle Park, and North Central High Schools. Physicals are good for 2 years. You can find the link inside this story on KXLY.com.
Forward progress is stopped and all evacuation orders lifted for a fire that broke out east of Moscow yesterday near the town of Troy. According to the Idaho Department of Lands, the Lamb fire burned about 80 acres, but is already 50% contained this morning. That cause is under investigation.
And this is video of fire crews dropping water on a wildfire burning near Riverside State Park. It burned a few acres before firefighters stopped its progress. All evacuation orders have been lifted.
And a traffic alert for you. Road work on the southbound side of the Green Street Bridge near Spokane Community College is complete. Crews are now working on installing drainage pipes on the other side of the road. This means the northbound lanes are closed. And here's a live look at that project right now. A detour is in place on East Mission Avenue. The project is expected to last through Friday.
And we will be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray right after this quick commercial break.
This is your community, and your stories deserve to be heard. At 4 News Now, we're here to listen, connect, and bring you the news that truly matters. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Thank you.
I got this.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
STA plays a vital role in our region by getting essential workers where they need to be. From grocery store clerks to food service staff, STA makes it possible for them to reach their jobs, so the rest of us can access the services we rely on. We also support business owners through employer bus pass discounts. STA is more than transportation. It's a vital link that keeps Spokane strong. Driven by community, powered by people.
The sun is shining and what's going to be another hot day in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and the rest of the inland Northwest. Temperatures in the middle and upper 90s for today. Will cool off the 2 to 3, 4, 5 degrees tomorrow, depending on where you are. But we are going to see some pretty gusty winds as that cooler air begins to arrive. There is a fire weather watch up for much of the region tomorrow. We get much cooler for Thursday and into Friday, and we'll have a chance of rain for the start of the weekend.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
We've loved having you along. We hope to see you throughout the morning on Good Morning America. It starts now.